So basically, if you swim, then just swim as hard as you can to an eddy or get a
Hey there, my name is Jer, and welcome back to my channel. We all know that feeling of nervousness before a big rapid.
Should we scout this?
But scouting sometimes has that opposite effect of making us even more nervous. I always have to remind myself that nervousness is normal, especially when it comes to runs with a long and storied history of danger. One such run is Chattooga Section IV.
For the second time in less than a month, these waters in the Chattooga River have proven to be deadly.
While plenty of people have told me that I'm more than ready for it, the tiniest bit of doubt still lingers.
See the pin and right there?
Yeah, but that's... And again, I think nervousness on a personal first ascent is normal. Some people want to know everything about a run. They spend hours and hours reading and studying videos on YouTube. For me though, I am the opposite. I want to know as little as possible so that I can't psych myself out. And I think that's the reason that myself and a lot of people usually prefer to run things straight rather than getting out and scouting. In a way, ignorance is bliss. And I took this so far that I actually drove to the wrong takeout that morning.
I just drove to the Tallulah takeout when I was supposed to be at the Chattooga takeout.
They're literally only like 2 miles apart. But to travel those 2 miles, I gotta drive an hour and 2 minutes.
And while driving an extra hour to the wrong takeout is kind of funny, it does highlight the dangers of doing things with little to no information. Driving to a location blind is just like running a rapid blind. You might end up in the wrong spot. Who wrote this script? What an awful analogy. Now, I do not recommend running Chattooga Section IV blind. It's full of sieves, undercuts, potholes, you name it, it's all there.
Dude, that's super sketchy.
But most of the major rapids don't show up until you get to the 5 falls. So till then, as long as I followed somebody down, it's a joyride. All too soon, we're at the 5 falls. These rapids are intimidating. Messing them up has very, very real and very, very serious consequences. None of these are hard per se. They don't require difficult techniques or tricky maneuvers, just basic skills. But you absolutely cannot afford to mess those up, and you have to know where you're going. Q did her best to try to explain the lines, but there's a little bit of a language barrier here.
Coming through here? Oh yeah, dude. that little lip over there.
就是 last stroke move out of that hole. That's dangerous hole 中，它就是能更好的解释。我英语很差，能听懂吗？
我的中文不好。
对，my English is not good, so I can tell you that one. I can show you
对，
later.
所以往从这里下去。
然后这个 curve 看见了吗？就是别卷进去，就是切那个走那个切线的 cut the curve。
对对。转的话转会危险，对不对？所以就 OK。
So the dangerous rock is there. You see the rock? Behind it is dangerous.
If somebody swims to the eddy really fast.
I got the gist of it though. Do not swim, and if you do swim, do not miss the rope. Lauren reassured me though, so I got in line behind her, ready to hit it.
Yep. Come on.
I was super relieved that she was okay, but this was nerve-wracking. It got in my head a little bit, and as a result, I was a bit more defensive than I should have been. But hey, on to the next one. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was training myself on how to properly scout. I already knew how to identify hazards and lines, but now I was also learning where to run it, when to run it, and if to run it. I am learning to make these decisions based on ability and risk assessment rather than fear. Now this is something I'm still growing in and working on. But I've come a long way from scouting because it's what you're supposed to do but not really understanding it, to being too scared to ever really scout,
Run it straight, I'll be behind you.
to trembling in fear at the top of Oceana, to now finally scouting and running and feeling good about it.
That looked good.
And this Chattooga trip was from December 27th. I've since continued to grow in this regard, scouting and finding my own lines and hitting them.
The big thing is don't go into this. I agree. So I think if you come down on the left side, if for some reason get pushed right, just commit to the eddy and then peel back out. I think that's the way to do it.
And once we can look at a rapid scared, but still pick out a line, trust our ability to hit that line, and then nail it without letting our emotions control us, that opens up a whole new world.
You have a tongue in the middle. That's what I would probably try to shoot for, is that tongue right in the middle. Woo! Dude, that is beautiful, man.
I'm not all the way there yet. I suspect I'm not even close. But I have come a long, long way from where I started, and that is something to be proud of. Once again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.
This thing is still coming with us? There's no power. Dude, I can't even turn my boat.